Imagine a foreign power building the largest diplomatic outpost in your nation's financial heart, right beside the cables that carry the secrets of your economy. This is not a spy thriller. It is happening in London right now. The burning question: should the United Kingdom let China build a so-called super embassy on the historic Royal Mint Court site, just steps from the city in Canary Wharf? Or is London about to make a security mistake that could echo for decades? Let's rewind. A few years ago, the United Kingdom and China enjoyed what was called a golden era. Trade, students, and investment flowed freely. Diplomatic relations were warm, but those days are gone. Now, cyber attacks, intelligence leaks, and the growing shadow of Chinese espionage dominate the conversation. The United Kingdom faces a crossroads: protect national security or risk ties with two of the world's superpowers. The flashpoint is Royal Mint Court. China wants to build its largest embassy in Europe at this site, a location loaded with financial symbolism and practical importance. This is not just any embassy. Local councils and security experts have called it a super embassy, designed to house hundreds of staff and packed with advanced communication tech. The site is wedged between the City of London and Canary Wharf, the backbone of the United Kingdom's financial system. Beneath its surface run so-called dark cables, the arteries of London's financial data, carrying the confidential transactions of banks, corporations, and governments alike. The controversy exploded when the White House, under President Donald Trump, directly urged Downing Street to block the project. American diplomats warned that the embassy could become a hub for high-tech espionage. One senior United States official said, "The United States is deeply concerned about providing China with potential access to the sensitive communications of one of our closest allies." Negotiations over trade have grown tense, with rumors swirling of a China lock, an explicit demand from Washington that the site not compromise Western security. Locals, politicians, and human rights groups have also sounded the alarm. The first embassy application was rejected in the year 2022, amid fears it could become a base for surveillance on dissidents and British interests. But after lobbying from Chinese leaders, the plan was revived. Objections from police and councils faded after ministers returned from trips to Beijing. The timing raised tough questions. Was economic hope clouding national security judgment? Security experts are blunt. John Cipher, a former CIA officer, warns, allowing China to build a massive embassy near critical infrastructure is akin to inviting a fox into the henhouse. The espionage risks are considerable. Luke de Pulford, who leads an international parliamentary alliance on China, calls the plan a flashpoint and insists, "It is time to send Xi Jinping a clear message. The United Kingdom and United States will not trade away national security." Beijing, for its part, rejects the criticism. Chinese officials claim that Western fears are outdated and reflect a Cold War mentality. As the diplomatic war of words intensifies, the United Kingdom is squeezed between two global giants. So, what is truly at stake? Blocking the embassy could enrage Beijing, risking trade retaliation or cyber attacks. Approving it could fracture intelligence sharing with America, isolating Britain in a world of rising threats. Royal Mint Court, once a symbol of British economic strength, is now the stage for a high-stakes geopolitical chess match. In Westminster and in London's boardrooms, the question is urgent. Can the United Kingdom balance economic opportunity with national security? Or could this single decision tilt the balance of power between East and West? The answer may shape British diplomacy and the fate of global alliances for years. If the embassy is approved, the United States may see it as a breach of trust. Intelligence sharing, the backbone of the special US-UK relationship, could be scaled back. In a worst-case scenario, major trade deals could stall as Washington questions London's commitment to collective security. The so-called China lock is a sign of the high stakes. Not just economics, but the transatlantic alliance itself could be at risk. However, if Britain rejects the embassy, China could hit back fast. Trade restrictions, cyber attacks, or an investment freeze are all possible. Remember what happened when Australia blocked a similar embassy expansion. Beijing slapped tariffs on Australian goods worth billions of pounds. The United Kingdom could face a similar economic storm, threatening jobs and investment at a fragile moment. British authorities have already investigated multiple Chinese-linked cyber incidents in the past 5 years, showing the threat is not just theoretical. There is a third path, trying to strike a balance by imposing strict security rules on the embassy. But as John Cipher argues, no matter how robust the safeguards, espionage risks would persist, especially so close to the dark cables beneath the site. Sometimes, the illusion of security is more dangerous than clear confrontation. What does this mean for you? The battle over the Chinese super embassy is not just political drama. It is a real-world test of how security, economics, and global alliances intersect. In a world where cyber threats and economic leverage are weapons, understanding these dilemmas helps you see the bigger picture. Stories about critical infrastructure, foreign investment, or diplomatic spats are not isolated. They are pieces of a global power struggle that touches everything from job security to the safety of your online data. There is a lesson here for anyone interested in technology, finance, or international affairs. Pay close attention to where geopolitics meets physical infrastructure. The cables under our cities, the servers powering our markets, even the locations of embassies. These are now battlegrounds in a silent war for influence and information. So, how will the United Kingdom resolve this? As of today, the government is still weighing its options. Insiders say the final decision will hinge on the future of the US-UK trade relationship and how much economic blowback from China Britain can withstand. One thing is clear, the era of easy choices between open markets and secure borders is gone. Here is a secret most people overlook. Royal Mint Court was once a symbol of British sovereignty, where coins guaranteeing the nation's identity were struck for centuries. Now, it stands at the center of a new conflict, where lines of code and fiber optic cables are as valuable as gold. The outcome of this embassy saga will echo far beyond London, shaping the global balance of trust and power for years to come. What do you think Britain should do? Are economic risks worth taking for national security, or is there a way to protect both? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the crossroads of technology, economics, and geopolitics. Until next time.